R&B crooners Boyz2Men were on the last leg of their tour of the Far East when they arrived in Seoul, Korea, to shoot an episode for the Music in High Places TV series.
In the beginning, we really didn't want to, you know what I mean? And being tired, fatigued. I mean, we've been on this tour for about, you know, a month now. And it was like, do we have to? And I think that if we didn't go, we would have regretted it.
And just when they thought they'd seen and done about everything, the group came face to face with a place that very few in the free world have ever witnessed. The line drawn between North and South Korea, the DMZ.
The DMZ was an incredible experience. Being from Philadelphia, we never really get a chance to like see things like that.
Just to see and feel that took on a whole different perspective, at least for me. You know, as far as the things that these young men and women are doing, putting their lives on the line every day, not knowing what's going to happen.
To do that.
And choosing to do it. But it gives, honestly, you know, me a different respect for these people.
North Korea.
Just like me right now.
North. Ready? North side.
Yeah, it's so serious, but it also seems so menial. You know, the table, for instance, you know how one side was the North and one side was the South.
That was like bugged.
It was bugged out because it's like, you know, it's almost like paint a white stripe down the middle of our room and you stay on that side and I'll stay on this side.
That's deep right there. You got the table, right?
It could have went down at any second.
Wow.
Was that intense back there?
Yeah, man, that's real.
That was pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
Real.
One lucky member of the group, Nathan, got a chance to see Korea from a different angle. Above.
240, maintain flight level 140.
Bingo.
Wow, that was cool. That was cool. What did we just do?
Okay, that was called the max performance climb.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Is that Boyziimen? JSA, place to be.
You need that right there. Airborne. In the house.
Good.
You got a heavy backup, man. Heavy backup.
Boyz2Men showed their appreciation for our own boys in uniform with an impromptu concert.
It's unnatural. You belong to me.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
You sound better in person than anything.
Definitely.
This is different. I appreciate it.
I really do. You know, you guys have really increased the morale of my guys up here.
Yeah, man. Glad it's all good.
And even though morale was high, the temperature outside was not.
It's cold, and you realize, dang, man, this cold actually does something to the instrument. It stretches or tightens up the strings. So I'm thinking, like, imagine what it does to our voices.
If somebody was to see this at home, they wouldn't believe it because they know I don't come outside when there's snow or cold. I'm like a bear. I hibernate in the wintertime. If they're trying to find me, I'm in the house.
Despite the freezing weather and their hectic schedule, neither the band nor the crew ever lost their sense of humor.
I'm available for warm climates, too.
The jokes, you know what I mean? It makes our days, you know what I mean? Because who can go through a whole day without hearing somebody say something stupid, you know?
They put me on Temptation Island, dude. It'd have been all bad.
You'd have been the only one sitting in the corner by yourself.
I'd have been there. I'd have been going there to be tempted.
Anything that's gonna make a brother go.
Now that is comedy, yeah.
And when they finally took a moment to catch their breath and reflect, the boys knew that the entire experience was well worth the effort.
I enjoyed the experience after the fact because, you know, during it, because I'm sick and because my throat is not really well, and neither is Wanye's really, but after you did it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? That was actually kind of cool, and it was. The whole vibe and hearing some of the songs that we've never heard acoustic. You know, a lot of the stuff is electronic and things like that, and that's how we've been hearing it for the past few months. But to hear it with just a couple acoustic guitars, acoustic bass, little tambourine, it gave a whole new life to some of the records. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it actually might have spawned some ideas. You know what I'm saying? To possibly maybe take the whole acoustic thing maybe further because of the fact that it just felt good.
The beauty that came out of it was what the ultimate goal was, and you know, no matter how we sound now talking,
Right.
you know,
The end
we
result is what mattered, I
what
guess.
we wanted to accomplish, and I guess that's what we did. Peace out, man. Much love.
Music in high
Music in high places, baby.
Much
You
love.
can believe that one.
Direct TV.
See you soon.
Snow in Seoul, I say Seoul.
What? Is a happy hour here yet? No, we gain another happy hour because we're going the other way, so we get the happy hour twice.
Stay tuned for the full-length episode of Boyz2Men in Korea. Next.
High points, low points are the city of Seoul. You know, some people say Seoul what? I think it's got full of soul. I'm rather philosophical about it. But what do you think, Rick McVicker over here out of Toronto, Canada, ladies
I
and gentlemen?
completely agree with the producer here, and I would never say anything against him.
Hey, y'all be careful now. Don't break your head open.
You belong to me. I belong to you. Come to the end of the road. Still I can't let you go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. This is nice. This is really nice.
First, this palace was Gyeongbokgung, but then people made it into another palace called Cheongdeokgung. That's at the front. And it's at the front, so we have to go to another door to see that palace. But this is the back part where the secret garden is. And if you look around, you have lakes, you have pavilions, you have houses. And this secret garden is known for its architectural excellence. Like every roof, every gate, every pillar, it has the traditional Korean beauty in it. You can't see this anywhere else. So.
You're right.
And this is a secret. You said that the public can't come through here?
No, they can't.
So what are we doing here?
Yeah, what a...
We're out here.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was
passionate people. The Buddhists are really not into, central heating.
Freaking cold. Really cold.
Hi, I'm Wanye.
And I'm Sean.
And we're half of Boyziimen.
And you're watching Direct TV.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. Next one.
Ready? Hi, I'm Wanye.
Hi, and I'm Sean.
And we're one half of Boyziimen.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Wanye.
What's up, y'all? I'm Sean.
And we're one half of Boyziimen.
Yes.
Music in High Places premieres April 6th on Direct TV. Check it out.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Sean Stockman.
What's going on, y'all? This is Wanye Mars, and we're one half of Boyziimen.
Don't miss Music in High Places, free every weekend in April on Direct TV, channel 103.
And you can believe that one.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Sean Stockman.
What's going on? This is Wanye Mars.
And we're one half of Boyziimen.
And you're watching Direct TV.
Big events. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Sean Stockman.
What's going on? This is Wanye Mars, and we're one half of Boyziimen.
Welcome to Music in High Places, online, only on MSN.
MSN, y'all.
Great.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Sean Stockman.
What's going on? This is Wanye Mars.
And we're one half of Boyziimen.
Welcome to Music in High Places, only at Radio Shack. Well, the DMZ was an incredible experience. Being from Philadelphia, we never really get a chance to like see things like that. And if we look at it on TV, it doesn't really, you know, get to a point where we feel sympathetic about it, or, you know, it's always like, oh, you know, the Army guys are over there doing what they do, you know. But being there firsthand and seeing what these guys do, and realizing that some of these guys do it 365 days a year, 24/7. Is incredible to us. You know, we commend them a lot because, you know, it couldn't be us. You know, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? It would be something that would weigh on me so hard that I would probably break down and I would get dishonorably discharged. You see, notice I said dishonorably. But it was a beautiful thing, and they really take their job seriously, and they believe in what they're fighting for, and that's what I guess is important to them, you know what I mean? And
I think what Juan was touching on earlier, as far as when you watch it on television, it takes a somewhat of a different perspective, because it's like, you know, you're home in your warm house, in your warm couch, and you're watching this on CNN, and you're like, oh, okay, someone else is fighting. All right, great. Yeah. You know, that type of thing. We were in the midst of a very intense situation.
It could have went down at any minute.
And it could have, I mean, it could have went down at any second. Just to see and feel that took on a whole different perspective, at least for me. I mean, I'm with Wanye. I mean, I don't think I could do that. As a matter of fact, I know I couldn't do that. You know, as far as the things that these young men and women are doing, putting their lives on the line every day, not knowing what's going to happen.
To do that.
And choosing to do it. But it gives, honestly, you know, me a different respect for these people. You know, these kids, man, who are out here and who are trained and who are looking at adversity every day. You know, it's right across the street. It was like literally right across the street.
Being there, it's so serious, but it also seems so menial. You know what I mean? It's almost, you know, the table, for instance. You know how one side was the North and one side was the South.
That was like bugged.
It was bugged out, because it's like, you know, it's almost like, this is my radio. Oh no, this is my radio. Okay, you play it on this day and I play it on that day, you know, or, You know what I mean? We're gonna share it, and
You
whether
pan
you like
it on
it
the
or
left.
not, you know what I mean?
When I play it, you pan it on the right.
We're gonna paint a white stripe down the middle of our room, and you stay on that side, and I'll stay on this side. It don't matter if the bathroom is on that side. You stay on your side.
I mean, we hate to like kind of make it a joke because it really is not a joke. But at the same time, you have to look at it that way to a degree. It's like,
I mean, even the
it's a
flag
table,
poles.
right? It's a table. One's on the north and one's on the south. The people on the south are not allowed to go on the side of the north. That is the, I mean, I've heard of things like,
that's what it's like.
I mean, and even but even in your families, you know, you have like your brothers, your older brothers or something like that.
Don't touch my stuff.
This is my side of the room. If you go on my side of the room, I'm gonna kick you behind. You know, that's as far as it went with us.
Even,
you know what I
even
mean?
as far as the flagpoles, it's like, you know, the North had a flagpole that was
a certain height.
That was a certain height, and the South had a flagpole that was a certain height. Then the South built a flagpole that was a little higher, and the North said, you know what? Ours has to be higher. You know what I mean? Even to the propaganda music that plays over the loudspeaker that basically says, my side is better than yours. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I hope that one day, and we're not like, you know, and I apologize if it's viewed as like, you know, us being, you know, cocky Americans and, you know, we don't live here, so, you know, we could say pretty much whatever we want. It's not like that at all, but I hope that because of the fact that I guess because we're not from here, we look at it from a different perspective, and we look at it as something that we hope that both North and South Koreans look at this situation in front of them and view it like how I guess we view it. And it's just really like that the things that we see, like the table and the flagpole and all that other stuff, it's almost childish. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we hope that everyone, you know, that North and South kind of looks at it that way eventually and say, you know what? I have differences, you have differences. We can live together at least. We can tolerate each other. I may not like you, but at least we can tolerate each other enough where, you know, we come to somewhat of agreement where, you know, first chance I get, I'm not gonna, you know,
right. But you know, the one thing
take you
at
out.
the same time, Sean, I understand what you're saying as far as, you know, you said cocky Americans, but even being, I mean, us being from where we're from, you know what I mean, and seeing things in that aspect being so childish to us, it's like, you know, these people are only influenced by what is brought to them, you know what I mean, as far as democracy and communism. Those things are an influence, you know what I'm saying, that, I mean, if you didn't see that democracy was a better way of life, you would only be who you are, you know what I'm saying? So I would just say, you know, us looking at it in a humane type of way, you know what I mean, realizing that we all have emotions and feelings that say, wait a minute, this seems kind of silly, you know what I'm saying? You know, I would say it in that manner, you know what I mean? And the funny thing is in the beginning, we really didn't want to, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't about anything else other than being tired, fatigued. I mean, we've been on this tour for about, you know, a month now, you know what I mean? And this was one of the last stops, you know what I mean? And it was like, oh God, it's 3 hours away, it's an hour away. I mean, do we have to? And I think that if we didn't go, we would have regretted it.
Yeah, because this was definitely a rewarding experience for us educational-wise. It's like, I mean, just like Juan said, we've been on tours longer, though, but for some strange reason, this tour has really been, like, draining. It's like, I mean, honestly, though, I mean, in a good way, though, I guess, because the shows that we've been doing all been sellouts, which has been really great, but like, I mean, I know that's why my voice sounds the way it does now. Like, we've been giving our 100%, like, every single
20%.
night. Like, every night. Like, it wouldn't be one night.
Almost because
we wouldn't go up
have
on
something to prove to
yeah,
ourselves.
we wouldn't go up on stage. It wouldn't be a night that we wouldn't go up on stage and sing our throats off.
Or perform behind.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, this tour in particular is probably one of the most draining because of the fact that we've been just spent every night, you know. But anyway,
yeah,
yeah, because of that, we didn't, you know, expect, you know, to come up, we didn't feel like going. We would
Wake
rather
up
stayed
in the
in bed,
morning.
went to sleep, you know, ate some breakfast or something like that. But we know that we would have missed out on a very rewarding opportunity just to experience that.
And not only that, just to see the soldiers up there and how they vibed with us, how they really felt the music that we were singing in. And you could almost see how they missed their homes in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? They missed what they used to hear, you know what I mean, while they were home. And, you know, even some of the people just saying, man, thank you, man. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? The morale boost. And you know, we're glad we could be there for them because, you know, like you said, they said no one comes up there. You know what I mean? And we, like, again, we're three guys from Philadelphia, you know what I mean? And, you know, we would not have been there other than the blessings that the Most High gave us. And for them to still be here, you know what I mean, doing what they do is a blessing to them, you know?
Yeah, I think the most bugged out thing, though, out of the whole situation is leaving and realizing that after we left, something could have went right down.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like,
and they're still there.
And that was the craziest thing. That was like, that kind of bugged me out a little bit. The fact that I was so close to such a serious situation, and I was able to leave, and something that was so close and still so very much intense could have went down right after we left. Could go down now, you know?
Right.
And that's just the craziest thing. You know, it's kind of eerie to a degree. This morning we went to the Secret Garden, or as the Koreans said, Cheongbokgung, if I said that correctly.
Yeah.
And it was a big place, man.
Yes.
The king had it going on.
Yes, he did.
He was a man.
Yeah.
He was
you
bad.
Know, it was one part of the building that kind of tripped me out. You know, in Revelations when it talks about the throne being in the middle, and the river of water of life on either side, and on either side was the tree of life. You know what I mean? There was one painting that was behind, not the first building, but the second building that we went to. There was a painting that was behind it, and it was behind the throne that was actually there. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of reminded me of that, even though, you know, our understanding of it is on another level. There's many interpretations, but our interpretation is on another level. It was ill to see that because everyone kind of has their own interpretation of what the biblical aspect of that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
the origin of life starts from somewhere.
Yes. There you go.
Everybody started from somewhere.
Exactly.
Like, and then as human beings evolved, we spread apart and we've established ourselves in different countries and things of that nature. But we eventually started as one person or as one people, learning the same things, influenced by the same things.
Yes.
And the nice thing about seeing places like Cheongbokgung and you know, viewing its architecture and writings and paintings, is that we were fortunate enough to see a lot of things on this planet, and we see a lot of similarities, even in different cultures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like to be able to see a lot of those things, you know, in this garden and in this huge, beautiful building. It's just fascinating, and, you know, and it just confirms the fact that, you know, at certain points and at certain, I guess, perspectives or certain times in our lives as being humans, you know, we've all evolved from a certain, you know, standpoint, and we've just kind of branched off and just did our own different things, but it has a root.
Yeah, and the beauty of it, man, the architecture, you know, the handmade.
It was nice, man.
The handmade, the
nice.
hand-painted things that were there, and how it was all sculptured. It was amazing, you know what I mean, just to see. It was just beautiful art. This natural love that we have for each other, you know what I mean? It's a respect where we could say almost anything and realize and not take it to heart, you know what I mean? And just, you know, we've been doing this as a group for about, non-professionally, for about
since
13
'88.
years, yeah, about 12 years, 13 years, and if you don't learn each other by then, by now, you should quit. You know what I mean? It's not, it's not worth it. But the love that we have for each other makes it that much more worth it. The jokes, you know what I mean? It brings. It makes our days, you know what I mean? Because who can go through a whole day without hearing somebody say something stupid, you know what I mean? Or without hearing seeing somebody do something crazy, you know what I mean? Or anything that's gonna make a brother go, you know what I mean? That feels good, and just thinking about it right now, it just trips me out how we are, you know what I'm saying, Shiki?
We've been through too much.
Too much.
We've been through too much. We're going through too much now.
Too much now.
For us to feel like, okay,
preach, brother.
I'm done. All right, I'm just gonna just dump this Boyz2Men thing. It's not just a group to us, and it honestly wasn't just a group when we started it. I think what keeps us together is something that's beyond our success. That's beyond our record sales. We could stop selling records tomorrow. And this is God as my witness. He knows how I feel. We could stop selling records tomorrow. Everybody can hate us. And, we could just fall off the face of the planet as far as the music industry is concerned. We'll still be brothers. We'll still hang out. We'll still call each other and see how each other are doing.
Do music.
And we'll still probably do music. May not be on this level, but
we'll still be singing together.
Music is what brought us together. And music is what's going to keep us together, and music is the reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I mean, the accolades and the record sales and being able to come to Korea and see the beautiful things that we've seen. I think what keeps us together is something that's beyond our success, that's beyond our record sales. We could stop selling records tomorrow, and this is God as my witness. He knows how I feel. We could stop selling records tomorrow. Everybody can hate us. And, we could just fall off the face of the planet as far as the music industry is concerned. We'll still be brothers. We'll still hang out. We'll still call each other and see how each other are doing.
Do music.
And we'll still probably do music. May not be on this level, but
we'll still be singing together.
Music is what brought us together. And music is what's going to keep us together. And music is the reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I mean, the accolades and the record sales and being able to come to Korea and see the beautiful things that we've seen are great. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world, but it doesn't make us. It's not what we as human beings are, because we are fortunate enough to not only see success, but to see life as it really is. Yeah. I'm not saying that, we have the answers and we have the key to life. We understand, life, and everyone should follow us. But I think that, to a degree, we have somewhat of a clue on what life is about. And it puts everything in perspective. Yeah. So that's what makes us act the way that we act towards each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we just here, we having a good old time.
And we do argue, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We argue, we fuss.
You should have heard the fight that me and Nate had yesterday.
About clothes.
Yeah,
But it was something that, it was about evolving, you know what I mean? That's what the whole situation is about and was about, you know what I mean?
Boyz2Men as individuals and as a group are real people, and we're about real things.
Yes.
Cut and dry. I think the experience would have been a little bit more, I enjoyed the experience after the fact, because, during it, because I'm sick, and because my throat is not really well, and neither is Wanye's really, it was more just hard. Yeah. But after you did it,
it was like,
that's kind of cool. Cool, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was actually kind of cool, and it was. The scenery we sang behind, and the whole vibe, and hearing some of the songs that we've never heard acoustic. A lot of the stuff is electronic and things like that, and that's how we've been hearing it for the past few months. But to hear it with just a couple acoustic guitars, acoustic bass, little tambourine, it gave a whole new life to some of the records. You know what I'm saying? So it actually might have spawned some some ideas, you know what I'm saying, to possibly maybe take the whole acoustic thing maybe further because of the fact that it just felt good. We're about that type of thing. It's about, you know, some real natural stuff. We like to sing and dance and perform and do a lot of energetic things on stage because that's what we're about too, but we would love to just have like a little jam session, invite a couple thousand fans, and you know, we in this one circle. And I was talking to you about that a couple days ago, just having like, you know, a situation where, you know, we have our fans and, you know, we're in a round and the band's around us and we're in the middle of the band and the crowd's around us and they're just watching us jam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's like when you get into an artist for real and you really see, you know, because I'm a fan of music myself, so I would love to see my favorite artists, you know, just with a couple of acoustic instruments and some drums or something like that, and just jamming, and you just, or just, you know, just, he's painting that picture, he or she's painting that picture, and you're just there.
It's natural, too. It's natural. It's like, you know, it's so natural that, you know, when you see your guitars playing a guitar and, you know, it's cold, and you realize, dang, man, this cold actually does something to the instrument, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes that instrument sound right or sound wrong, whether it's tuned or not, and, you know, the cold stretches or tightens up the strings. So I'm thinking, like, if it does that to that type of, like, instrumental device, imagine what it does to our voices, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, people will be able to, like, understand, you know, how, you know, intense it is to be an entertainer or to be a vocalist and to, you know, have an instrument like a voice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, everything helps your voice, you know what I mean? Warmth, tea, water, you know what I mean? If you got some of those back behind the scenes shots where it was like, we need some water, we're not gonna start until we get some water, you know what I mean? It's serious like that, you know what I mean? And like Sean said, after the fact, the beauty that came out of it was what the ultimate goal was, and you know, no matter how we sound now talking,
Right.
you know,
The end result is what matters, I
what we
guess.
wanted to accomplish, and I guess that's what we did. Michael is at home tending to his back problem. He has scoliosis, and it disenables him to do a lot of things that we do on stage. Jump around and, you know, perform, you know. And, you know, rather than for him to be here in pain, we really felt like he should be home tending to that serious problem. It's a rare case because he has a nerve that's lodged between his couple of bones in his back.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, excruciating pain, you know what I mean? And if that nerve is cut, it can actually, you know, hinder him from walking. So, you know, we want Mike to get better, you know what I mean? And whatever it takes for him to get better, we're willing to, you know, support him 120%. And, you know, he's not out the group, you know what I mean? He's still in the group. We'll be doing many things vocally in the near future. It's just this part of our performance aspect he's not able to do. So
that was actually my favorite record. It came out so mellow.
Oh man!
And it was just so cool to sing that way.
Yeah, and the atmosphere wasn't cold.
Yeah, it was
in the
relaxing,
dressing room, you know.
And I think that, you know, the band was relaxed because they just played.
Yeah,
you could tell it was like just a comfortability with them, and just the vibe of it, man. Just to be able to sing the way that we sang and to not have to go, you know, all that all the time. It's like, it's kind of...
It almost felt like we were singing for ourselves.
Yeah, and singing like always intense and things like that is cool, but it's not real all the time.
All the time.
A lot of times, you know, we want to sing like how we sang, you know, just laid back and just letting our voice like just go and do and just be artists, you know what I'm saying? Just paint a picture and, you know, hopefully people will enjoy that because that was a real artistic moment right there. It was like just us being
and it was
us.
Off the cuff.
It was off the cuff. It was not rehearsed. So it was like, it was just us doing what we do and just painting that picture.
Yeah, I mean, the song is entitled Never Go Away, and it was something that we never expected to do acoustic at all. I mean, The song is an incredible song, not acoustic, and just to hear it with just guitar and bass, man, it was something that, it was very mellow, you know what I mean? I felt it for real. I actually felt more sensual like that.
Yes, it did.
Than with the actual, you know, electronics and things like that. And that might be something, like Sean said, to, you know, to delve into later on, just to do a nice remix of that, you know.
Definitely cool. Definitely a cool thing. I enjoyed that song in particular.
We believe in God, and we acknowledge God as being, you know, the center of our lives individually and as a group. He brought us together. He's keeping us together, and he's shown us so many things and a lot of experiences. And coming from the backgrounds that we've come from, he shows us how grateful, I guess, we really should be, considering all the things that we've seen and all the people we've met and the places we've gone. And so it's a ritual, you know, after every show, before every show, we pray to the Most High in Christ that he gives us the right frame of mind to be focused and to go out on stage and to do what needs to be done, to bless our voices and to bless the band, the crew, to make sure no one gets hurt, to just send a divine spirit over the whole situation. We can uplift the people that come to see the show, and that we uplift ourselves as well, you know, because we get as much out of it as the people do, being on stage performing. And, you know, just keeping us in the right frame and watching over us and making sure no one, you know, breaks a leg or anything like that, too. Korea was off the hook tonight.
Yeah. Korea was really
that was kind of lovely.
You know, under diverse circumstances, you know, we have to definitely step up a notch. And tonight, as yesterday, the electrical situations that were going on in the building, it kind of blew up the board.
Kind of went.
It blew up the board. And you know, we're normally, you know, having our band on stage. Not able to do that tonight. You know what I mean? We weren't able to do it, and you know, we had to use a DAT, and it was definitely difficult because we normally have our ear monitors and we normally have monitors on stage, and all we had were side fills, so it caused us to sing a little harder than we normally have to.
It might not have been the best vocal performance, but the vibe was right.
The vibe was right. The energy was tight, and the Korean fans showed us a lot of love. You know what I mean? They showed us a lot of love, and you know, we took longer than we normally should going on, and they still were there. You know what I mean? And that shows, you know, the actual, you know, loyalty that they have towards music and people that they love. I mean, Korea has been our best market, you know, overseas or outside of the U.S. Through our whole career. You know what I mean? Yes, it has. And it's actually, you know, been a pleasure coming here each and every time because you see the same faces, and those same faces, you know, a fan of ours made a card, man. It's the longest card I've ever seen. It's like it dangles on a string, and it says, "I love Wanye and Boyziimen." You know what I mean? And on it, it's like she said she wrote a card a year, and she dangled it on the string, and that's 8 years. She's been our fan for 8 years. You know what I mean? And I think she's like 18 or something like that. And I think that's loyalty. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can, I mean, of course there are fans in the U.S. that are like that, but, you know, it's just crazy to be outside of where you're from and see that type of love and see those people singing your songs and feeling your vibe and saying yeah and screaming when you tell them to and just being a part of what you love to do, and that's entertain.
Yeah.
It was a vibe for real.
It was a nice vibe, and I kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I get off on stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? The fact that, you know, we've been able to be the people that we are and come from the places that we've come from, and it be accepted by so many cultures around the planet, not just in the United States, but the world itself, you know what I mean? And to be able to have that, it just, you know, it just makes me feel good about our situation, you know what I'm saying? And it just makes me give more credit and props to the Most High for giving us that type of, I guess, draw, you know what I mean, for people to enjoy us the way that they do in so many different cultures. It's like the Taekwondo kids, it's like, you know, that's Korea right there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the symbolisms of Korea, man, and we were singing just our songs in the midst of all of that, man. And it vibed, and it didn't look crazy, and it didn't look, you know, out of place or anything like that. So, you know, what can you say about that? It's just a beautiful thing.
I mean,
kind of scared a couple of us.
It fit. You know what I'm saying?
It did
That's
fit.
The craziest thing is it fit. You know what I mean? It's not, the hooks didn't like take anything to another level. It didn't take it out of context. It really fit, and it actually made the vibe even that much more mysterious.
Yeah, man.
Oh, here we go again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like something that people can really get into. You know.
There's certain things that you just can't script.
Yeah.
No matter
Almost like
you know how you set it up.
Almost like I saw the other music in high places and it was the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? It was like a real ill vibe. I hope that ours has the same vibe as that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope that us not being up to par, I guess, physically doesn't hinder the view of, you know, of the whole presentation, because we had a great time.
We did.
And we experienced a lot of incredible things. And I know that you guys captured all of it. So we hope that everyone enjoys it and kind of feel exactly what we were feeling at those moments when we were at certain places and things like that, because it was deep. It was one of the best trips out here in Asia that we've had.
It was.
And it's captured and it's on film, and I want a copy.